Name one Kanye West song.
You don't have to play royalties. You're going to have to pay royalties.
You don't play it.
That
Yeah.
one.
So we had both agreed before the show started not to take it that seriously, and Will has now sandbagged me and is now making actual coherent arguments.
Welcome to hell. Devil's Advocate pits lawyer against lawyer in a battle royale to answer the age-old question, who's better at arguing? The rules of the game are, we spin the wheel of misfortune to decide on a topic. Once a topic has been selected, the advocates must answer a set of polarizing questions. When they disagree, the game begins. Each advocate must argue their side, but here's the devilish twist. They must argue for the side they did not select. Let the depravity commence.
Welcome to Devil's Advocate. Today we've got Will Smith and Rob Schenk. In the red corner, we've got Rob. And in the blue corner, we've got Will Smith.
Okay. All right, everybody. So we've already explained the rules of the game. We're going to hop right in. Today's Janky Wheel. We have categories for marketing, business, society, nursing home abuse. So that one is for these guys.
How to do
Nursing
it.
home abuse. Other legal and entertainment. Okay, let's spin the wheel. Home abuse. I think that's supposed to be nursing home abuse.
And we're going to eat
We're going to eat nursing home abuse. First one, nursing homes should be run and administered by the state.
Oh God, I can't think of what the opposite.
It's yes or no.
I would disagree. Yeah.
Okay, so you both disagree. No game. Next one is nursing homes should be strictly liable for resident abuse regardless of intent.
I mean, I should strictly be liable. I'm going to agree. Why don't you just go ahead and disagree?
Okay, I'll disagree.
Let's slap
game
this
begins.
dog. Let's do it.
The context of it. All right, begin.
I think there should be strict liability for nursing home injuries, mostly because Will was a CNA in nursing homes for almost 10 years, and I would have liked to have seen him liable for many things in that tenure and be held responsible for the things that he does. That's my opening argument.
Well, first of all, I was a CNA in certified nursing homes all across the state of Georgia for 8 years. You know that. It's 8 years, not 10. I don't think that they should be strictly liable because these organizations have a lot of moving parts to begin with. And imposing the burden of strict liability on them is just unnecessary. There's no way that they could function in relationship to their job as a business and a provider if they have this level of responsibility attached to them. I think normal liability is sufficient enough.
So we had both agreed before the show started not to take it that seriously, and Will has now sandbagged me and is now making actual coherent arguments. So I guess I'll have to return volley then.
Yeah.
So
Hey, great ad hominem argument.
okay,
though.
strict liability. Okay, here we go. All right. So nursing home abuse should be considered similarly as we would a manufacturing defect, or perhaps when Mike Tyson owns a lion at his house.
Oh my God.
These are things that are just overtly dangerous, okay? And that we should, as a society, move the onus, move the, what am I trying to say, Will? Move
Onus. Onus.
they own it. Will was actually an English major. Move the onus to the actual, to the industry itself rather than the consumer. So strict liability would be better because it's by the nature of the beast, it's inherently dangerous.
And that's great. What you're going to end up doing is not having any nursing homes at all. So instead of helping solve a problem, you'll just create another problem because no one's going to want to open up a nursing home with that level of liability. So great. Everybody's parents can move in with them.
Well, I guess that means that nobody owns tigers and lions. I mean, tell that to the, what's his name?
Well, the issue was
what's
people
that Netflix-
shouldn't own. The issue is that people shouldn't own tigers and lions, obviously, but we have to have nursing homes in order to help take care of our vulnerable and elderly. But if you hold the liability that high of a standard, there's just no incentive for anybody to get into that business. There shouldn't be an incentive for somebody to own a tiger, of course. That's absurd. But having a nursing home is nowhere near the same as having a tiger.
Tell that to Joe Exotic.
Okay, I'm gonna cut that. We've gone down the rabbit hole of tigers, and I don't know that I can talk about tigers anymore. Okay, guys, great points. Let me spin the wheel. Let's see, what else do we have? Reading business. Okay, question number 1. You have a case where a reasonable settlement offer is on the table. Should you still take it to trial to keep attorneys sharp and insurance companies honest?
This is like a real job. Like, what do you say, Will?
Oh man, I'm going to say if you have a reasonable, so the question is, you have a reasonable settlement offer on the table. Should you go to trial anyway? No, you have an obligation to your client to take it if they want it. So no.
I'll say that same thing. So next topic.
Okay, AI can handle the entire pre-lit process for simple matters.
Well, you want to argue about this one?
Yeah, just pick something.
I'm going to say yes.
All right, so I'll say no then.
Okay, so now you're arguing for yes.
And I'm arguing no. And the reason that I'm arguing no is because large language models have gotten to a certain threshold, but they're really just, it's what you call a Chinese room. In other words, they're just bouncing what they understand to be solutions back at you, but they're not really thinking about them. And pre-litigation requires a certain level of understanding of the person, of the situation, and the context. And I don't think large language models can handle that yet.
I will show you why large language models can handle this and actually do it in real time is because I typed in what was the name of that show that had the lions in it on Netflix, and it told me that it was the Tiger King and Joe Exotic, and that's how I was able to come up with that information on the spot in the middle of our argument. There is really nothing that a large language model is not going to be able to do with respect to anything pre-litigation in the next probably 2 or 3 years. I mean,
okay, well, if you're
AI
arguing
can already
scalability, you're arguing the potential of surpassing the scalability limits that it has now. So I think the question is, can it do it now? It can't. I mean, can it do it 100 years from now? Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think it can do it now, for sure. Am I winning?
I mean, calm the fuck. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry. Do you work for Skynet? No, wait. I work for Skynet. I keep up with what the fuck side I'm arguing. Okay, so yes. So I would argue that if you're talking about a typical nursing home abuse case, all right, you're talking about getting medical records, incident reports. You're talking about getting open records requests, getting PBJ data. This is all just data that can be manipulated within the whatever AI model you have, and you spit out demands. You can spit out summaries, all kinds of stuff. We're not talking about arguing in front of a judge, which I would say that's coming. That's coming. I know it's not right now, but that's coming. You're just going to basically be like, hey, let's take our thing to court, and then you just go tell the computer, your side of the story.
I mean, I'm going to stand on what I said. I don't trust technology. Yeah. My printer goes out too many times for me to rely on it to handle something as important as pre-litigation. These things hallucinate all the time. They come up with information. So I'm just going to stand on my position of no, I don't think they can handle it yet.
That is true. I will concede that point because at any given point in time, I cannot minimize apps on my phone. I once opened my phone and I saw that I had 363 open browsers. I didn't even know that was possible. And I was wondering why my phone was so slow. So yes, maybe I'm going to switch and I'm going to go with Will.
Crickets.
Okay, we've got a flip-flopper. Okay, let's spin the wheel. Okay, well, it's time to eat marketing in any case. Number 1, it's okay to run Google ads on a competitor's name.
I'm not even sure what that means. I'm going to say,
like
yes.
When somebody searches your firm or whatever, they did it to us, and then Ken Nugent comes up.
Oh, so like Ted Nugent is is
That's
like
definitely what I
bidding
said.
on.
Ted Nugent. Yeah.
What did you say? What
It
did you
doesn't
say?
matter. But it's when somebody searches yours, but they've got pay per click based on your name. So they're using your name and your firm, and
Okay,
it brings it up. No, I don't think you
you were
should do that.
dropping the name. You were dropping the name of the person, and I thought you said Ted Nugent.
Yeah.
Catch
But
fever.
it could be Ted Nugent. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You
I don't
love Ted
just
Nugent.
agree. Just agree with me on this one. I don't want to get
I
into
did. I
this.
thought
All right, y'all on the same
Yes.
side. There's no disagreement here, right?
All right, let's get
Everyone's on the
something-
same side. Okay.
Come on, Juicy. Get
Okay.
something
The
quick.
next. $15,000 is a reasonable price for a new law firm website.
No.
Just say something. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Who said yes?
I don't know. Will, just say something, and I'll argue against it.
Okay. No. Yes, it is. It is a reasonable price. Now you got to argue that 15 grand is a reasonable price for a new website.
Look, if it was 97, $15,000 is an extremely reasonable price for a website. You gotta get the stuff, build it out,
very technical.
hire the people to get. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
and all
Very
that
technical
stuff
information.
is over there. So
It's over
that's what you gotta
somewhere.
do. So
You got to. Yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
and then it's gotta appear the screen in the ways that people need to click on there.
I can't wrap
and
my
then-
head
and
around who is spending 15 grand on a website. Like buddy, it's, never spend more than 5,000 on flowers for your office.
Okay,
These
so
are
I guess the
inside jokes.
$15,000. No, like the $15,000 argument is going to be that $15,000 gets you like the optimal design, and then there's the follow up with respect to like where are people clicking, like with the heat map, and like they're in the top left, so let's put the fucking click call now button there versus down here, and like you're trying to okay, hey, calm down, and then it's like you gotta I don't know what else the $15,000 would go to, just the heat map to tell you where everybody's clicking.
Yeah, I mean, it's to me, it's a no brainer. The return on investment is not going to be enough to justify $15,000. Websites are
Not if
not.
you get $1 million. Not if you get $1 million case and they go, "Hey man, we loved your website."
Sure,
It's
sure. You could
GOC.
also spend $30,000 on an absolutely authentic Batman suit and run through the streets screaming the name of your firm. If you happen to get a case from that, then yeah, I guess it justifies it. But I don't think that makes it reasonable.
Wasn't that no? The question wasn't. Is that what was the question? Reasonable? Okay,
Yes, it was reasonable.
I
yeah.
think that it's
Sure.
yeah, okay.
All right, I think that's it for
I
that.
guess.
Okay, moving on. Let's see what we. Okay, entertainment. We've got number 1, Taylor Swift or Kanye West.
Oh, God. All right, what do you want to do here, Rob?
First of all, Will really wants to argue against Kanye West. For certain.
Let me just tell you this, okay? I had I was listening in the car to a Taylor Swift song through my phone, and I got out and went into a gas station, not realizing it was still playing on my phone. When I got into the gas station, I heard the song, and I was like, "Oh, they're listening to the same song I was just listening." Until it took me about 5 minutes to realize I was standing in line at the gas station, blaring Taylor Swift from my jeans. This really happened. So whoever's argument that is.
First of all, that story took 5 minutes to tell. So I'm not quite sure that you were in line for 5 minutes. And that's not the first time that happened.
No, it's not.
How many times have you how many times have you been in a place with Spotify blaring on your phone and you think because you're deaf from the Marine Corps that the music is coming from the loudspeakers? That is not an uncommon occurrence for you.
It's happened a couple of times. I'm gonna be honest. So
Yeah.
anyway, there you are.
Okay.
So-
All right. So you're in favor of what's her name? Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift. Yeah.
What's Kanye's? What is he called now? Like, what is that? Yeet? Is that the same
I
guy?
think it's Nazi,
Yeezy.
actually, but yeah.
Yeah, I think he's kind of
you could
gone
do
down a dark rabbit
YE.
hole here, but
Yeah.
You're gonna have a tough time with this one, Rob.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Let's
Okay. So has he done
Okay.
something bad or something?
Yes.
Okay.
Rob
Well,
doesn't know about any
I
pop
think
culture.
okay, so he was on the Dave Chappelle show 26 years ago. I remember that. I guess he's done bad things since.
Him?
I'm not doing anything. Here's my keypad.
Okay. All right. Name one Kanye West song.
You don't have to play royalties. You're going to have to pay royalties.
Don't play it.
That
yeah.
one.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, where are we at here?
You think I could just? How would I know the
you
name
can't
of the
play it.
song? Wouldn't you just sing it?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna just go to the next question, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, but I'm a little concerned because everything here is entertainment, and you just said Rob doesn't know anything about pop culture. But
I think that was hyperbole. So let's
okay.
just
All right.
put
The
it-
next question here is Independence Day or I Am Legend.
This is a
Ooh.
Will Smith based.
Yeah, we
question.
figured we needed at least one Will Smith question in here.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say Independence Day.
Okay, that's good because I've never seen I Am Legend. So let's do this.
Go ahead.
No, this is what I want to say about the Will Smith movie. Okay, there was one time where Will and I were driving in our car, and Will had a call from a prospective client who literally asked to speak to Will Smith's lawyer, and who I assume, and it called information for that. And I have to assume that information went back and forth with this individual to say, I don't know who Will Smith's lawyer is. And then finally just typed in Will Smith lawyer, and Will had to get this call for a man who literally was looking for Will Smith's lawyer. And that itself, when Will took the call, it took 5 minutes to relay that I'm not Will Smith's attorney. I am just Will Smith.
I don't know how some
Also
of these people manage. What?
Also, Independence Day is a good movie.
Oh, and that's a true story too. I don't know how some of these people function in life that you thought you were going to contact Will Smith's attorney. Like that's my law office is law office of Will Smith's attorney. But so obviously Will Smith, you know, we share a common name, although his name is Willard Smith. Mine is William Smith. Both Will Smith. It's a better movie because it's an instructional movie. I don't think that there's a possibility that the aliens are going to come down, blow up the White House, but we all have to agree that it's a really high likelihood that people are going to turn into vampire zombies pretty soon.
How is it that Independence Day is not instructional? It's about society, like different strata of society in the pressure cooker coming out.
What do you learn from Independence Day? Like all joking aside, all joking aside, from I Am Legend, you see how he manages his day-to-day activities of daily living, and that's something that is instructional. What are you going to learn from Independence Day?
Well, if you let me answer, I will tell you that if you are an exotic dancer, you will survive a helicopter crash or an alien invasion. Let's see, you can't blow up force fields that aliens have, but the realistic thing is that there's that moment, the crescendo moment, and for real, you love it because I think that you were in the military at this point, where once we found out this is how you blow up the mothership, the countries were communicating with each other through Morse code, and it's like, oh, we're glad the Americans finally figured this out. They started. It's coming together. It's coming together.
Jeff Goldblum. Jeff Goldblum helps discover it. Yeah. That is pretty badass.
Because of the
Anyway, I at the end of the day, I think we all agree that I was right about this, and I Am Legend is a better movie. So I appreciate you guys siding with me on that.
I actually think Rob got more reds in that argument, but
Are you arguing
that-
Are you arguing the other side of what you think, like we are? Is that what you're doing?
I honestly at this point,
Judd Hirsch, everybody. It's Judd Hirsch
Judd
was his
Hirsch.
dad. Was Jeff Goldblum.
Judd Hirsch. I totally know who that is. Okay, we are gonna round out today with a game. The game is no like mental gymnastics here. You don't have to argue for the other side you don't believe in and do any of that stuff. What you do have to do is you have to define a completely made up word. So I'm going to give you a word that does not exist, has no basis in reality, and you're going to tell me what the definition of that word is.
Okay.
And you'll each get your own definition.
All right.
Okay. The word is dravicular.
Dravicular. I think that's when you drive in kind of a you make a motion like a snake would in the water. You run in a dravicular pattern.
And so I was actually going to say this. The second definition of that is dravicular is essentially the tightening of your butthole while you're driving in your car trying to make it home to defecate.
And so and actually you make a good point here, because when you hit somebody while you're driving and it kills them, you have dravicular homicide.
Correct.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Of
I
the
remember
brown
this
cop.
now. I had a client once that had dravicular homicide. He had to go to the bathroom. He was like a mile away from his house. He didn't stop at a red light, and he killed a person. Dravicular homicide.
Did he hold it?
No. He was covered in shit when the police came to arrest him. You know.
Oh my god, that's
Well
so
done.
good. Yep. Okay, good job, guys. Amazing episode of Devil's Advocate. We've got a great word to hold on to. Dravicular. I can't believe we forgot that from our time. So, yeah, dravicular. Thanks for putting that back in the vocab list. And everyone
guys.
have a great day. We'll see you on the next episode of Devil's Advocate.
Thanks for tuning into this episode of Devil's Advocate. Who do you think the winner was? Make sure to leave a comment to let us know. DM us for any ghoulish topics you think we should dare to debate. We'll catch you in the next one.